Wow. Thank you, Governor, for providing the leadership that attracts companies like ours, for believing in smaller companies that have unique technologies, for doing things by way of policy that attracts us. But you know what? I was thinking here, first of all, I got to tell you, my name is Ron MacDonald, and I'm the President and CEO of Zinc8. But in a past life, I was a politician. I spent 17 years at the federal scene in Canada. I spent 10 years in the Canadian Parliament. And it's funny, you know, the political jobs attract people that want to change. And sometimes when they get there, the obstacles for implementing real change overcome them. And I can honestly say that has never been my view of the state of New York. And currently under the governor's leadership, she's just not talking the talk, she's walking the walk. And I'm out there in the private sector, and it's a hard place to be every day of the week, particularly with an innovative technology. But I want to say something. We started here in New York about 3 years ago. I had 14 employees. We were headquartered in Vancouver. We had a brilliant team. We had little or no money. And we didn't have a lot of believers. And there was a competition that come up, and it was New York Power Authority. They were looking for long duration, which they at that point thought was 5 hours and above. It's way above that now. Technology, and they wanted to pilot it. There was 102 applicants from all over the world. And New York Power Authority had the mandate coming from the state to try these new techs, see how they fit, how could it address the real climate change issues. There was 102 companies that applied, and we were the last company standing. And so that was where we started. And then 6 weeks later, with a Digital Energy, who is a private sector partner from New York, we had applied for a program out of NYSERDA. And literally weeks after the NIPA, we won that one as well. Now, what's that resulted in? Well, Governor, I'm telling you, the first project that we're going to be doing is up at Buffalo University. And we're going to provide backup power for the North Campus. It's up in your old stomping grounds there. And we're pleased as punch that we have been embraced not just by NIPA, but by state universities of New York. We're down with the Urban Institute down in Brooklyn, and they've helped us immensely. Everywhere we've turned, New York has been there to say, come on, we want you here. We'll support you here. And I think about the local Law 97 in New York City, leading edge globally. And they came in with the law and they had this challenge. What are the technologies there that can help us decarbonize buildings? 60,000 of them, big numbers in New York City. And we were picked as the winner of that, right? So we look at that, and the real estate board in New York, best in class. So when somebody says, why New York? I say, why not New York? New York has thrown a spotlight on us. They believe in innovation and they support innovation. But more than anything, they've got the leadership that is required to implement policy. And you're seeing this from the governor. And you see it at the national level as well. It wasn't that long ago, but maybe in September, Joe, that we had Senator Schumer here, the day that they passed the IRA in Congress. And I was proud to be on a stage with Joe and all of the municipal and state and local officials to champion that act. And that act is working with all of the policies in New York State to create New York State and hopefully Ulster County as a global hub of innovation around this. There's something happening, okay? I'm an old guy. I've been around to a lot of places. I'm very, very lucky that late in my life I've been given an opportunity to contribute a little bit, right? To undoing a lot of the damage that people of my generation have done, destroying the environment. I mean, look, the storms that you had up in Buffalo, that's never happened before. The storms that we've had up in British Columbia, we've had droughts, we've had fires, we've had dozens of people, just like in Buffalo, killed as a result of this. And it goes back to climate change. So to be able late in life to lead a tremendous group of a team out in British Columbia and to grow that team down here in New York and hopefully in Ulster County gives me great pleasure. I'm humbled by it. I am very much humbled by it. So what are we going to do in New York? The incentives that have been offered, support the policy. I follow policy. And support the policy and I follow leadership. What Joe Cotter has done here, I mean, tremendous leap of faith, Joe, but you've done it before and you've done it successfully. And where other people see rubble, you see opportunity. and you see opportunity on a site that has been dormant for over 30 years. And it's not just to fill it and get paying customers like me in here, but it's to partner with companies like us to make sure that not only is this site green, but it's going to attract other companies that will bring leading technology and results as we decarbonize our environment, not just in New York, but all over the world. And I'm not hesitant to say this, but as a politician, speak to a politician, you gotta be careful. I see star power here. I've been around for a lot of presidents, governors, senators, prime ministers, and there's few that you just know the first time that you hear them and see them, they're going to deliver. I am so happy today to be able to sign with the governor here for the Excelsior package. And look, I got a shout out to Empire State Development. We've worked with them for over 2 years. We started early. Dave Whipple and your team, you guys are awesome. And we keep telling all of our, no, not our competitors, we don't want them here. But we keep singing their praises, and we want to continue to learn from Empire State Development and be guided by the objectives that they implement through their policies. So with that being said and done, okay? And you know, this is terrible. You should never put a recovering politician at the end of your speakers list. But you did. So I'm just super pleased. I am humbled. I am going to become a New Yorker. So I may have to get that designation, Governor, from you. So it's been a lifelong dream of mine to be able to deliver. You know, public policy, when you're over there as a public servant, it's a public servant. And I've brought that hopefully with me into my business life. We don't want to just reside here in New York, in America. We want to become part of the community. Man, it's who I am. And we want to work with the community. We want to work with them to make sure that the benefits that we get out of our siting and out of working in the New York economy is spread out. It's evened out. So just watch us. We're going to be here. We're going to set what a good tenant and a good partner is for the state of New York. With that said and done, thank you very, very much. And I guess I go over here now and we'll do something else.